Yeah, and then I like at one point I realized, well, Amanda's driving him home.
Mhm.
Like, how the fuck am I gonna get home?
Right.
Yeah, and then now the party keeps going. Yeah, bang the fuck up, and then I went to my mom's Christmas, and yeah, Vicky spoils me still,
That's
like
love.
like a little kid. I'm spoiled, bro.
That's love, man.
I'm spoiled, bro. I'm spoiled. The beautiful Christmas. I showed you my rice maker. I was real pumped up about that. Real pumped up.
That's that's a little game changer.
Yeah, I got a real nice air fryer.
Oh no, that's clutch.
I'm
I still haven't got the damn air
I'm
fryer.
cooking in the future, John.
I still haven't got the air fryer. Have you used it yet? Is the
You
question.
need to buy it, bro. I've been cooking shit up for fun. I haven't.
I've been cooking an air fryer for about a year and a half now.
But same. And I find my mom asked me like 2 months ago. I'm like, yeah, mom, I'm never gonna buy one for myself. If you want to get it for Christmas, have at it. It's the best gift I ever got, dog.
Damn.
I've been cooking shit every day with it.
You know the best meal in the air fryer so far.
You know, I don't know if it's the best meal, but I usually somehow fuck up my fish. I gotta either undercook it or overcook it.
Mm-hmm.
Put some salmon in there, dog.
Over.
Easy, dog. 15 minutes. I think I'm
lying.
12 minutes.
Oh, that's different.
12 minutes, bro. Coming out crisp.
I'm wondering how that
crisp.
I'm wondering how that shit works.
I don't know. It's fucking magic. Don't know.
And I heard it's amazing on the reheat. Like you could actually reheat fries and this shit.
I don't know, bro, because I'm not reheating shit. I'm cooking everything fresh, bro. I'm talking chickens 15 minutes, motherfucking fries 10. Anything you want in the middle of the day, pop that bitch in there.
On that joint, like,
what you mean? What'd you say?
Like, yeah, is it the cleaning process crazy?
That was my next shit before you even said it. It's the easiest thing you ever clean, bro. I swear to God. And you're not using utensils and shit like that. Like you have to flip the food halfway if you want. But that's one spatula. You ain't got all this shit, bro. It's all non-stick like a motherfucker, dog. So once it's done, all that shit is sliding right off, bro. You cooking fresh meals. 15 minutes with 30 seconds to clean up. They should fucking take stoves out of the cribs, dog.
I was about to say, is pans obsolete at this point?
Bro, if I find out, I think you can. If I find out you can cook bacon in that bitch, it's over for me.
You probably can put bacon in that.
Come on, bro. Come on.
You probably put bacon in that shit.
Come on, bro. What are we doing? I swear to God, bro. I was so excited. I'm looking up shit. I'm fucking taking motherfucking chicken breasts, cutting them open, throwing some fucking marinara in there, putting some mozzarella. I'm holding it back, dog. I'm doing all types of shit. I'm doing all types of shit, bro. I'm cooking shit, taking 3 bites of it, throwing it out just to cook more shit, bro. That's what I'm doing. I've been cooking. I swear to God. It's a blast. It's a blast, bro. It's a fucking blast. Man. And that was just one. Vicky got me a fucking 60-piece paint set, some canvases, got me some shoes, motherfucking jacket. I'm living like a kid. I'm 31. I'm living like a kid, bro.
Life, man. Living a life.
I'm never having kids.
Because they gonna take your shit.
Yeah, they're not taking my presents, dog.
Right.
Mad as shit I see Trey's present on the tree, knowing that's mine, dog. It should be mine.
Up, man.
Fuck. How was your Christmas, though, man? You're a big family guy.
Holidays was amazing. Gifts, always good. Getting gifts. Just seeing the fam come together. My family play the Secret Santa game. And it's just like something like an air fryer. So I just I was never going to buy a record player myself. Why? I don't know. I probably should have got one for years. I had vinyls without a record player. I got a good amount of vinyls, no record player. We finally got that off the Secret Santa. Game changer for sure. Yeah, man, good times. We played another game, LCR. We gamble in my family. So we play a gambling game on the holidays. Come up with some money. I unfortunately lost this year, but it's all good.
I put the motherfucking Ancestry DNA kit in the white elephant, and motherfuckers wasn't even happy with that. I'm like, damn, dog, y'all want $25 Wawa gift cards and shit.
That shit like a fuck, ain't it?
I got it on sale. It was like $70 still though. Like, I'm like, what the fuck?
I would have took that shit back and chosen for myself.
Like, what the fuck is going on? It's a good joint. Like, I'm about to open that shit like, oh. I'm like, yo. You're dealing with Scandinavians, oh.
Motherfucker said, I know where I'm from. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know where I'm from. Take this shit to your other friends, too.
You got the questions about where they from and shit. You gotta bring that to the Friendsgiving and shit. That's crazy.
Oh, sorry. Now, what are you guys doing on New Year's? You know that?
I have no idea yet, man. Maybe what you were saying. Yeah, no solidified plans though.
What did I say?
You said your crib.
Did I?
Yeah, you said your crib or your brother's crib.
I told you that. I mean, people are coming over. I didn't know if I told you that or not.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. So that's solidified.
Yeah, feel free. Johnny and Courtney are coming over. Maybe Brandon and Jan. Leanne's coming over. I know Teddy's coming over. Richie's coming over. I think Amanda's sick or was sick. I don't know if she is, so she might come over. It'll be pretty chill. But yeah, feel free. Bounce on over.
We're not thinking too deep into it this year. A lot.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, man. But I did catch up on Best Man Holiday, and I was not disappointed.
You want to go into that right now?
I mean, you got anything else on the fam the week?
Tory Lanez got found guilty on all 3 charges.
Guilty.
Called it.
Guilty. What?
Called it.
What do you think of the backlash? Do you think it's from people just watching biased information pages, or because it's the backlash she getting is kind of crazy? I'm not even seeing oh yeah, they got him. It's like mad hate.
So I see half and half. I see a lot of people going like, my timeline's so fucking split, bro, on everything.
I'm kind of disappointed in my timelines because I'm like, why are
y'all going so hard about this? It's weird.
Yeah, first, why are y'all so invested? Second, if he shot her, what are we beefing about? And come to find out, those wasn't even the charges. If he shot her or not, his charges was like shooting a gun.
Yeah, like reckless something.
Yeah. I'm like, he shot the gun, right? He shot the gun. He pointed the gun at her, right?
Yeah. I'm not making fun of kids, so I won't go too far onto his little sister. But that video, her
definitely don't want to see him do 20 years, but I mean,
no. I hope he does. No, I'm not gonna say what I hope he does, but I don't honestly like. I feel bad for Meg though. Like if everything played out like it did, and she's getting hit like this, that sucks.
Yeah, I'm wondering why everybody's so mad at Meg when, like, why aren't y'all beefing with Tory's lawyer? If y'all seeing people in Thug case getting probation for attempted murder charges, he didn't even have an attempted murder charge, but he facing 20. Y'all need to be beefing with his lawyer, not Meg, not Jay-Z and Rock Nation. Like, what are we beefing about? Like, beef with the lawyer. He got smoked for some bread.
His little sister walked out of court and said, Rock Nation will not tarnish my brother's name.
What are we talking about?
What the fuck?
Wasn't he going against the state? Like,
that's what I'm like. And I'm reading the recaps and shit online. I'm seeing people and they're like, motherfuckers like, what the fuck does Rock Nation have to do? People are like, y'all don't understand. Rock Nation paid a check, so it's lawyers for his lawyers. It's like Meg wasn't on trial. There wasn't a lawyer versus. It's not a civil suit.
Meg ain't have to come out of pocket probably.
It's the state. I don't understand what the fuck you guys are talking. Why? What the fuck Rock Nation has to do with
it? Yeah, they fucking wild.
Motherfucker said they're still mad because Rock Nation, Tory wouldn't sign. You think Rock Nation gives a fuck about Tory Lanez?
No.
Tory Lanez?
No. They're probably good for life just off of Rihanna and J. Cole alone. Like, they'll be okay. Not to mention Hov, but
yeah, I mean, all around weird. But yeah, I'm glad it's over. Hopefully, he doesn't get hit with too crazy of a time.
I mean, like you said, it's probably touchy to say you don't want to see somebody do it X amount of time, but 20 years is a bit excessive. 10
yeah, 20 years would be a lot.
5 is even crazy to me, but yeah, I don't want to see him die in jail and shit. But
yeah, I mean,
if you did shoot her or shoot at her and she got hit, that's still being shot.
It's a bad job.
For sure.
Bad job. Yeah, let's get in. I mean, we did fucking 3 episodes on Tory Lanez. Let's get into the what was it? The best man, the final chapters.
Final chapters, man.
How'd you like it, man?
Great. It was great.
Now I'm remembering everything I had a problem with. All right, go ahead. Yep, now I
Yeah,
remember.
I see no problems with the show. I'm ready to hear and debate you on what you say was the problem or whatever. But I thought the show delivered. I thought they closed it right. Nothing was too predictable. I don't think you could predict anything that was going to happen, honestly. Except maybe Terrence. Spoiler alert for anybody that didn't
Yeah,
watch it.
spoilers.
I haven't seen it.
Tune out for the next 20.
But yeah, I wasn't surprised. I think the only thing you could have guessed was Terrence Howard would marry the chick, but
Yeah, you
other
could
than
tell
that,
everybody together.
yeah, other than that, I think everything was definitely a bit unpredictable. What are corny moments? Of course, it's a TV show and it got to be entertaining. But I think for the most part, that's what we should have did TV shows because that's all I watch. But it was definitely a top. I might go 5 TV show of the year.
It was a good show. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
It was good. It was fun to watch. Um, yeah, I'm glad him and Shelby got together. Am I remembering this correctly? She hid his daughter from him this whole time.
yeah, and I was. See, that's the type of shit that I was like.
Really got over that quick.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was like,
What
damn,
the
they didn't spend no time on this shit.
really
But they
moved past
were
that.
moving the timeline, so I was like, okay, they get some grace for there. But the fact like they skipped, what was it like 2014 when he found out? Then they went to like 17, like they was just jumping time. So I'm like, okay. But it was some things where I was like, then they could have deep dived into that a little bit
Are we
more.
even like? Are we even going to be together after that?
Right. I mean that was yeah, like you said, it wasn't like a Terrence Howard gave her a look or like why the fuck you hide that from me? It was just like we're hugged up and we're looking on FaceTime and shit. It's like, y'all not gonna dive into what this dynamic is gonna look like. I mean, they did a little bit with when are you gonna call me
Man,
dad and all that, but
yeah. Why the fuck would you do that?
right,
Put
right.
it that out. I'm a successful. Obviously, I'm present. She's calling me uncle. I'm present in life. I'm successful. I'm not a deadbeat. I'm not abusive. Why the fuck would you do that?
Imagine how awkward that is. Your whole life you calling somebody uncle, find out that they your pop.
Now your dad. That's mad weird.
Lit.
That was weird. Then we go into Regina Hall's character and her husband. I don't know the husband's actor. And now he's a skilled kickboxer. He just
He's been
developed.
fucking everybody's ass.
He starts fucking being kickboxing. That was corny. And one
I
of his
was mad
daughters.
at it because I felt like it was him taking out the frustration of being, I guess, picked on. Being
Pushover. Yeah.
yeah, and it's kind of sucks because I mean it was a lot of pausing and talking during the series, but that was definitely one of the moments like I could see where it was coming from in the midst of like you don't want to be the friend that gets joked on, like and to that extent, because he was like the pusher, like it's cool you joke on your friends, haha.
Yeah, he was like the RC.
But their jokes was like, oh, he ain't doing shit, like he's soft, like we not worried about like that type shit. So he had to prove his point some way, but I mean, I guess, but yeah, just whooping everybody's ass. That was kind of crazy.
It was like they Googled talk points for the last 3 years and then made sure they included them all.
So what do you think they?
All right, let's make sure one of the daughters has severe anxiety.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Let's make sure that.
I'll take
Okay.
that.
Let's make sure the professor in position of power is creepy and tries to take advantage of his student. He can't just try to help him.
Right.
Let's do that. All right, let's make the athletic son non-binary. Not just gay, but let's make him non-binary.
But were you mad at any of them? Because they all fit. The anxiety one with Regina Hall and the kickboxer boy, that was a little okay. Y'all forced that in there, but I was the non-binary one. It was a little necessary, and it was a little. They made it suspenseful. Like when he went missing, it was like, oh shit. And then when they said they found him, killed somebody, it's like, oh shit, he checked.
I did like that they made the dad mad about it.
Yeah, because
like that was real. Like, yo, take that shit off your fucking face, dog. What are you crazy?
Yeah.
Are you nuts?
Right.
Wipe that shit off your face, you fucking nut.
That's a fact.
I
And
like
the fact that he didn't get over it quick. It wasn't like it's a party. Now we're happy. Like, no, I'm not with this shit. And y'all knew and didn't tell me, so fuck y'all.
You're going to practice.
Yeah.
That
shit was wild. That shit was wild though. Like, you can't say it was bad that they put it in there.
It's just like it was just a combination of everything. And then at the end, because the professor shit, I'm like, this is stupid. But at the end, bro, where the lady's like, I'm leaving you, And actually, we're not going to split custody. I'm going to take your daughter to fucking Africa.
Oh yeah, I think everybody hated her at that point.
I'm
Well,
going to
I
take her
hated her from the jump when she's flirting with the fucking vendor bull. I'm like, bruh, like what
and
are
all
we
the
doing?
friends are like, oh, how are you going to do this to her and fight for custody? Are you motherfuckers crazy?
Right.
You're
What
going
the
to take the baby to Africa? Yeah, I'm going to take the baby to Bumblefuck so there's
right,
more kids that look like her. You're on the East Coast, dog. There's plenty of kids that look like her, dog. What are you
right.
talking about? What's more detrimental? And I'm white, so I don't know. What's more detrimental? Being around 40% of people that look like you and having a present successful father, or being around fucking 90% of people that look like you and having a father you see 3 times a year. What the fuck are we talking about?
Nah, Out of the Country was the most out of pocket shit that I've seen on a TV show. And the fact that even him to get to the point where he like, all right, well, fuck it. I'm like, no way.
No, dog, no. And the
No way.
friends are really like, come on, man. You got to support that. If you no, the fuck you don't,
Nah,
dog.
hell nah.
That's a little girl. It wasn't even an old child. That's a little girl. What the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah, I felt bad for him. Like,
Yeah, it was mad weird.
okay, so you in Tay Diggs' situation in that your ex-wife or whatever is taking
She's not.
her to fucking Spain. Are you like, no, hell no.
I'm going full custody.
And I wouldn't have been mad if they expounded on that and went to a battle in court and seen how it played out.
I'm battling full custody. There's no way. And people are like, well, he just got syndicated on the show. He's got plenty of money. It doesn't matter how much money he has. He's gone from being present to a part-time parent.
And that was definitely the one point of the show where you like, all right, he be tripping. Still got his feelings for Nia Long's character.
Yeah, for sure, obviously.
He still puts work first. He's still about him in terms of his life. But at that moment, you like, all right, I'm finally on my man's side. Like, this shit OD.
What
Like,
the fuck are we doing?
Like that, dog.
Like, what the fuck are we doing? Everybody's just acting like it's not a big deal. It's a big fucking deal.
Yeah, talking about you an asshole. And I was shocked when they was arguing in Terrence Howard.
Yeah, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
You. The fuck out my face. This is my
yeah, this bitch coming there storming in. How could you do this? Bitch, how could you do this? What the fuck are you talking about? And we had an agreement on custody, and then you just make the joint, and then they just fucking send the kid back at the end for the premiere and the little outfit and shit like it's all good. No, dog, no.
Cool, yeah.
No, it's ridiculous.
Shit is not cool. Great show, though, man. What do you rate the show?
That shit was trash, dog. That shit was fucking trash.
Out of 10.
Give it a 7.5, 8. Pretty good.
An 8 out of 10 is trash?
No, the ending was trash.
I like the ending. It was a little too happy for me, but I like the ending. Because even with Tay Diggs and Nia Long character, she like, well, nah, we not about to just date.
Nia Long is fucking beautiful. Jeez,
the whole time I'm thinking like, damn, she doing this show. Ime doing her dirt.
Jeez, yeah, what a loser.
Golly, bro.
Loser, man.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah, she is stunning.
Yeah, she might be the best actor on that show for real. She played her character to a T.
Yeah, I'd say so. She's probably the most like
her. Tay Diggs in a lot of shit.
Regina Hall's in a lot of shit too.
He is.
Regina Hall's in a lot
different ranges too.
Yeah, Regina Hall's in a lot of shit. But yeah, it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I'm going.
It was pretty good.
Great show.
Want to get into this list, or you want to go somewhere else first?
We could go list. I mean, not too much going on out here. Yeah, list. Okay, let's do it. We talking music first. Best albums of the year.
Let's go album draft. I'm in on that.
Okay. You want first in the album draft or first in the movie draft?
I'm taking first album draft so I can knock it out.
I would rather have first in the album draft because my movie draft is kind of light, but it's all good.
I'm going Vince Staples, Ramona Park. Easiest fucking easiest pick of the year.
Okay.
And I don't think it's close.
I'm not going to debate you, but this is clearly album of the year. We're going Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Kendrick had the album of the year. This is what we can debate.
No.
How is Ramona Park Broke My Heart better than Kendrick, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers?
I've just looked at it, and Ramona Park's got every single song in my top played. It's in the top 50 of the year for me. Every song from that album.
Same with Kendrick for me.
I don't have Kendrick.
I don't, but I don't. You don't really hang with Kendrick like that. You said, what was it? To Pimp a Butterfly was overrated.
Okay, I walked most of that back.
Uh, Good Kid, Mad City. It's no way you cannot like that. Damn.
I walked a lot of that back. Okay, all that's fine. Vince Staples, album of the year, production's top tier, lyrics top tier, very versatile in the range of what he was doing. It wasn't just bars, it was good hooks. It was a good album. And I'm not a Vince Staples fan.
On my official list, that is 3, but for damn
Hmm,
sure ain't better than Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
You're bugging. All right, so that was your second pick then.
Yep,
Kendrick. That was your first pick.
yep.
Um 2, I'll probably go Freddie Gibbs. Sold Soul Separately.
Curveball.
Yeah, Freddie Gibbs.
Curveball. We can argue the two. Two, I'm going almost dry. It's almost dry. Push your T.
I completely forgot about that.
I'm like, okay, I know I'm not going to get pushed if you got the second pick. There's no way you can.
Completely forgot about that album.
It's almost dry.
You know what is about that album is though I really liked it and I enjoyed it, but I didn't think that was better than his last album.
The last album.
And I thought everybody was like,
The last album was only like 7 songs.
it was a beautiful 7.
It was an immaculate 7, but
It was a perfect 7, dog.
it's almost dry was insane.
I liked it.
Go ahead.
I liked it. I did like it, but it's like, yeah, it was Daytona was 7, but like a classic 7.
Oh, he had Jay on the album. He had Uzi actually rapping. He had a Ye verse that I liked, and he also had Malice on the album. Come on, bro. I mean,
I've got my fucking Daytona right in the background here, so I mean, I guess maybe I'm a little biased there.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, in terms of this year, definitely.
It was a good album. It was a good album. It was a good album. So that's your 2. I'm going 3, and I don't know if you listened to this at all or not. Court. Loyal to a Fault.
Okay. Number 3?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yep.
That's interesting. I'm going this is tough. I'm going with Boogie, West Side Boogie. More superheroes. Did you listen to that at all?
I didn't. I never listened to it.
Yikes!
I never listened to it.
What is going on?
I never listened.
More black superheroes. Don't get the title fucked up.
I never listened to that.
I'll have to an amazing Tiny Desk that just came out as well. So yeah, tuned into that. But wow, you didn't listen to that.
I'll have to give it a go. I didn't listen to it.
Shocking.
I did nothing for that. 4, I'm going Babyface Ray Face.
That was in contention, so good pick. But I can keep it the same energy, and I'm going I Never Felt None, ESTG. Great.
That's a good album.
Great album. Great album. Delivered again.
Wrap it up. You want the last pick since I just had all of them?
No, go ahead.
I don't know if I want to go Dirk, Future, or Kodak.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've had Dirk played the most, so I'll go Dirk's album.
Deluxe. Now, did that drop in 21 first, or?
I don't think. Let me double check. I don't think so.
The Deluxe dropped this year. I didn't know if the whole joint dropped last year.
So if I cheated, I'll pick something else.
But if it is Dirk, how could you be mad at picking a Dirk album?
Yeah, no, it's this year.
Okay, cool.
I just listen to too many of those songs too much.
Not in my list, but was Baby album underwhelming for everybody?
Yes, and I don't have a single song from that album.
I think the single turned me off. The Hey shit.
The Hey shit.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, I don't know how much I'm gonna actually play this. But cool album. But I'm a homer for the last one. My guy Larry June, man. Spaceships on the Blade. Little Wallow interlude on there, man. Spaceship on the Blade. Larry June in his own lane. You need something that you ain't heard before. Tap into Larry June.
I still haven't gave Larry June a John.
It's actually sick because you get to go back to I would say starting like 2018 with the
Yeah, I
catalog,
still haven't gave him a listen.
and it's amazing from 2018 up.
Want to go on the movies right after?
Oh yeah, let's do it, man.
You got first pick on the movies, man. How about it?
Movies number one. Now this is just movies I've seen. Was kind of I thought I seen a lot of movies, and I feel like I watched a lot, but when I'm recapping, I don't see what the fuck I watched. So number one of what I've seen, I went The Batman. Number one.
Come on, dog. You know
Number
that's
one
my
pick.
fucking number
Number
one
one
movie,
pick.
dog.
I'm
You
going
know
to
that's
Batman.
my number one movie,
And
dog.
I mean, the Batman delivered on the Batman delivered on every
You
level.
fucking know
There was no
that's my
way
number one movie, dog.
Batman. I can't be mad at the Batman, man.
Yo, are you
it
fucking
delivered.
kidding me?
Nah, that's the one movie that stands out
You
to me.
didn't even like the Batman
I
that
like
much,
the
dog.
Batman.
You didn't even like that movie that
I
much,
like
dog.
the Batman. I didn't like. What I didn't like was that
Come
I
on.
feel like Christian Bale would have did a better job.
Come on. Now, see, that's what the fuck come
But
on,
it's
dog.
not a bad movie. It was the best
Come
movie of the year.
on.
It was
Yo,
literally the best
that is
movie.
bullshit,
It
dog.
was shot amazing. I'm just biased to Christian Bale because
I went to the movies and watched Batman on shrooms. I like that fucking movie so
man,
much.
I've seen the Batman I think 2 or 3 times at this point.
Come on. I've watched it like 7 times. It's 3 hours, dog. Come
Hey
on.
man, Ramona
Yeah.
Park was on my top 5. You don't get the Batman. You wanted to go
Come
Albus
on.
first.
Yeah,
So I
come
got the
on.
Batman on my
I didn't
list.
think you were
Bro.
gonna pick the Batman. You didn't even like it. You gave it like a 7 out of 10, dog.
At the time, I said it's better.
You
on
told me it was. You said it was trash. Now I'm thinking of. You
I
didn't
never
even
said
like
it was
that
trash.
shit.
I never
You
said
said
it
the
was trash.
Batman vehicle was trash. You said
It
all
was.
that shit was trash.
I
You
don't
didn't
like
like Robert
Batman.
Pattinson. None of that.
Batman is a billionaire. He should be flexing.
Yeah, that is crazy. You
But
didn't
in
even
terms of
fucking
movies
like
that came out
that
this year,
movie, yo.
Batman was the best movie shot out this year.
Yo,
Like, I
I,
can't
yo,
lie. How am
I
I lie?
swear
I
to
can't
God,
lie to the people.
you didn't even like that fucking movie.
I
Yo.
like Batman.
Oh my God,
Christian Bale's Batman is better though.
that's crazy.
Sorry,
That's
Christian Bale just a better Batman. But
crazy.
hey, man, DC don't miss when it comes to Batman. I don't know what it is. They miss with everything else though.
That's bullshit.
Fell asleep on Black Adam 4 times. Haven't finished it yet.
You tried to watch it? That shit was trash. I tried to give Rock some credit there. That shit was trash.
I keep trying, bro. I'm like, dog, who is this guy? Like, he got too many powers. Like, he's Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, all in one. Flash.
Yeah, that shit was trash. Can't believe you said the Batman. You didn't like it.
Come on, bro. Sorry, not sorry.
That's crazy. All right, I'm gonna go. So you don't take another one. I'm gonna go. Nope.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Nope.
You're going Nope, number 2?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't want you to steal my movies, dog.
I'm not mad at Nope. I mean, it was in my list. I think I had it at 4.
I just rewatched Nope like last week, and it's a great movie.
It's definitely a good movie. It was definitely 4 for me. Number 2 pick for me, I'm going. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's on Netflix. It's All Quiet on the Western Front.
No.
It's about these young dudes in Germany that just hop in the war to be cool and shit, and they get in there and find out shit real. It might actually be. Nah, I ain't gonna say it's better shot than Batman, or Nope. At that, it might be shot, but I don't know. But it's top 3. Yeah, that's why I had to take that back real quick. But yeah, All Quiet on the Western Front is on Netflix. It's one of those movies that's in a different language, but they changed the.
I don't like that.
Lips. I hate it. And I normally hate it. I can't even watch the shows like that. Like that's why I could never get into what is the movie or show called Money Heist.
Money Heist, yeah.
I could never get into it because of that specifically. But this
movie, the only one I watch like that.
This movie's so beautiful that it was like, oh no, this is it. And yeah, All Quiet on the Western Front, number 2 for me.
Okay, you got that. My second pick is gonna go Hustle.
Remind me of Hustle.
Adam Sandler.
Good pick.
Adam Sandler. That's a great movie.
Great story. How could you not love a basketball movie? Yeah, I can't be mad at that at all. That's a fire pick.
Great acted. That was a really good movie.
Number 4 for me, what I've seen, I'm going Wakanda Forever. Hated the ending, but other than that, movie was amazing to me. I've heard or I've read shitty takes on it. Like, what I don't know what people expected. I don't know. I wouldn't have been mad if Michael B. Jordan came back and played him, but even though that didn't happen, I don't see where the hate for that movie came from.
I can't believe you took the fucking Batman.
Hey man, it's the best movie of the year.
Yeah, I still haven't watched that movie yet.
What?
Yeah.
I ain't mad at that. I mean, it's not a nah. That's a go see it. It's a because I mean nobody disliked the first
Yeah,
one. So
you had it on your list. You're about to say it's not a must watch. I got you.
Nah, I had to take that back as well.
My number 3 movie I'm going for, and I feel like you still haven't watched it yet. Elvis.
Fell asleep on it.
How the fuck did you fall asleep? It's such a good movie.
It was good.
That guy nailed Elvis. That was the best. He acted so well. That was a great movie. I believe so. Yeah.
Somebody gotta check it out. I tried, couldn't get into it. I think it's just the backstory I know of Elvis, and yeah.
I think they covered all that in the movie, though.
They do it in the nicest way.
They did. They whitewashed it a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think they displayed what happened to the people that he stole from as well. Like seeing somebody.
Well, they only really showed,
and you're like, oh, I want to record that, and they just smiling about it, like.
Yeah, they really only showed the people that he had good relationships with that he kind of bit off of. They didn't show that. They didn't necessarily show the musicians that were upset about it.
The people that went broke because of him using his songs.
One of them was. I forget what his name was. But that shit was well acted, and I love Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is a great actor.
Number 4, you might not like this. Just came out, so maybe it's a hot take. But The Glass Onion is on there for me. I don't know if you said you didn't see it yet.
I put it on a couple of days ago, but I fell asleep. I put it on pretty late.
Okay, that's definitely a you got to pay attention type movie. A little cheesy, but I like how they did it. I know they make movies like the little murder mystery movies and shit you got to pay attention to while you're watching, but I did like it enough to have it in my top 5. So The Glass Onion is in my top 5.
Okay, I mean, yeah. I didn't even watch that. You probably don't have this. I'm not going to say it in case you do, though.
No, go ahead.
One of them just came up that I was looking at, and I forgot it was a good movie. I'm not going to say it. I got recency bias here because I just watched this like last week, but I really enjoyed it, and I don't like action movies like that. The Bullet Train.
Hated it.
In my 4th pick. What?
Hated it.
Nuh-uh. How the fuck did you hate that?
Hated it.
What?
Yep.
That's crazy. It was such a good movie.
Did not like it at all.
It was such a good movie.
Didn't like it.
That's crazy, bro.
I was a little disappointed. Like, what the fuck? Like, what?
It's great. And then it tied in. It's tied in at the end. I'm sick.
It's funny because I feel like Bullet Train and The Glass Onion are the same movie, but different. So you might. I see what you're saying.
I like the murder mystery shit.
Yeah, and that's the same thing The Glass Onion is. So maybe
when they did the last twist at the end, like, bro, he called out sick. I'm not even the guy you're looking for. You did all that.
If you like Bullet Train, you're gonna think Glass Onion better.
And they got the dude from ATL there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good movie. You're bugging.
Yeah.
You're bugging out.
5. I had something else, but I forgot I seen this, and this is a little recent. Apple TV. I know we all tired of slave movies, but I'm gonna go Emancipation. Will Smith.
Oh, you watched it?
Yeah.
I didn't think you would watch it.
Yeah, only knock on it was I wish it wasn't in black and white, but
was it?
Yeah, it was. It was like, damn, bro, like let's watch this shit in color. We've seen the pictures in black and white, but let's get this in color. But overall, good movie. Is Will Smith. How often does Will Smith miss?
Was it good?
Yeah. I was a little over the accent, but other than that, that's the only knock I really have for it is the accent. But yeah, you don't know where it's going. You see a slave movie, you never really know where a slave movie's going.
It's tough for Will Smith because he's such a star with those roles.
Yeah.
Like even like the CTE movie, it was like tough for me to watch him with that accent.
Right. And for what it's worth, he's good at doing it. Like he sounded exactly like Ali, did the CTE shit and this as well. And it's like, it's not like he out there forcing it. Like you don't feel like he's forcing it.
Yeah, he's good.
Will Smith delivered.
I'm gonna go 5 here for shits and giggles. Lightyear.
Didn't see it.
Really good movie.
They had it on when I was in physical therapy, but I wasn't paying it no mind.
I still like those animated movies though. And I have my girl Kiki Palmer in it. So Lightyear.
Fucking Lightyear. I might gotta check it out. I just got Disney Plus, like I told you.
Put it on with bro. Put it on with bro. He'll like it.
I gotta check it out, man. See how it goes.
It's actually very similar to that Matthew McConaughey movie.
Which one?
What the fuck was that? Where he gets stuck in the time? Damn, remember the world was ending and he gets stuck in like outer space?
Hold on. Did Don't Look Up come out this year? That was last year. Flock was on the pod.
Yeah, that was last year.
That was last year. Damn, good movie.
That was a good. That might have been this year actually.
He did.
And then my other ones I had the Doctor Strange movie I really liked. And the prequel to the Alien movies, Prey, came out. I don't know if you watched that. It's on Hulu.
It was on my list. I didn't know if you watched the cool shit.
Yep. It was a really good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Good one.
I won that one too, man. Nice.
Doubt it.
You won that
one.
We'll see. All right, what do you got?
I mean, slow week, man.
Let's hear your debate. Let's wrap it up.
Over the weekend, had a family debate. Always a good debate during the holidays. And one of them, hopefully soon I can get him on the show because he could talk his ass off and he'll be entertaining to the people. Very opinionated and stand strong in his opinion. Good luck persuading this guy. But his debate was, is it selfish to have kids?
I've never heard that side of the argument before. I've always heard it's selfish to not have kids.
I don't want to butcher his take because he was so strong in his take. But for the most part, he was saying it's a decision that you make. The kid never asked to be here. So that alone is selfish because you're bringing a person in the world.
That's ridiculous.
I was on the other side of the argument, but the main stake in the argument is the question is it selfish? And the point is you're choosing to do this. Like you're allowing it to happen. It's your choice to do this. It's not the kid's choice. So is it a selfish decision to have kids? And knowing what they're coming into and how, I guess, quote unquote, hard the world is. Like, you're not bringing them into bliss. You're not bringing them into heaven. Like, you're bringing them.
Extremely pessimistic view, even for me to have.
Hey, man, I mean,
that's like when you say, like, you know it.
2 hours of it, honestly.
But like, if you're saying you know what you're bringing them into, like, in what aspect? Global warming? Like poverty? Like it depends on like
not
what
necessarily poverty, but like there will be people that don't like you. Life is hard. Life isn't easy.
Okay, so is that different for me?
Yeah. No, it's the same for everybody.
Okay.
It's not. It wasn't like a black thing or a white thing or.
But like with that set of view, like you're basically having a general overview that you're going to deal with more pain than joy in life. And if that's your point of view, then okay.
I mean, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Obviously, I'm on the other side of the argument, but okay. Do you feel like you've had more painful moments than super joyful moments?
No.
Okay, so would you say we could both relate to the topic? Losing somebody that we love, was that pain more than any joy you ever felt?
No.
So you've had more. I'm saying, like, was the magnitude of the pain that you felt from losing somebody? Was there a moment that was more joyful than that?
Right. So, let's say this. I haven't experienced it, but I would assume giving birth would be very similar.
But we at our that's the whole thing. That's selfish. But at the whole thing, at the whole root of it,
it's not selfish if you assume that they're going to give birth as well, so they'll experience it eventually too. If you're going extreme moments of joy, but like that's just you're saying an extreme example of like, if somebody loses you, if we on average lose 10 people we love a lifetime, does that 10 moments of extreme sorrow overcome 90% of happiness or fulfillment or what you get from sports or hanging with friends or nephews, nieces, like all these different moments in your life, falling in love, like all this different shit is you have to have an overwhelming perspective that that doesn't counteract the negative stuff you go through in life. If that's how you feel, then yeah, you probably shouldn't have kids.
Yeah, I mean, even the aspect of having to provide. I'm gonna shoot him a link, see if he got 15 minutes. If he doesn't, it's cool.
I'm mad
You
interested.
have to provide for yourself. Let's see if he answers, man.
If you have to provide for yourself?
Yeah.
In what way, though?
To live. You're an adult.
You could always provide for him forever if you wanted to. But isn't that fulfillment in itself, though? But that, like, him saying that is looking at that as a
negative. Was so because I didn't think it was selfish. But what I said was, do you think giving to a homeless person is selfish? And the answer was, well, you're doing it for yourself, right? Like to feel, if you're doing it to feel better, it's selfish.
But that, like, even like all that argument is interesting to me because you're saying like, well, you have to end up providing for yourself and so and so. But like, I would say you get a fulfillment out of providing for yourself, don't you?
I would think so.
You get a sense of accomplishment.
At the end of the year, call in. Let me see if he picks up.
Because I'm very interested by this.
I think he's putting his kids to sleep. It is their bedtime at 8, he says, so he may not answer. Let's see how it goes.
We can revisit this next week. That's fine. But I don't see
it was literally a great debate.
Oh, here we go. And we're back in.
Oh, Aaron is on the call.
Dude, we're back in. Surprise caller.
The legend.
Aaron surprise caller.
You on mute right now, Aaron. We can't hear you. You on?
Yo, surprise caller.
Live.
Yo, let's hear this tape.
We can't hear you, bro.
Damn.
I don't know what the tech.
Still can't hear me?
Oh, no, we're good. You're here. I brought it up.
You good? You can hear me?
Good.
All good.
So I brought up the argument. I told
how's it going?
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How you been doing?
Absolutely blessed, bro. Absolutely blessed. So, I'm very curious about this argument that you were having.
I brought up the debate. I said it was amazing.
Okay.
We had at the family event. Just to recap, is having kids selfish? And
1000% it is.
Okay, yes. It is. You saying?
Let's hear a general overview on how it's selfish.
Okay, so now need I remind you, when my brother brought this up to me, I had no children.
Okay.
And I wasn't even in a mindset to even have children, but I was also arguing, just evolution and humans' purpose. But, over time, you just start to realize it's selfish, 1000%. There's no any reason you end up having a child, whether you want to or not, it ends up being selfish. So if you don't want a child, or you just sleeping with someone just to have sex, it's for self-gratification. All right, I'm just going to hit her, boom, boom. Things end up getting messed up. She ended up having a child. Selfish, which means you did it for you. On the other hand, all right, well, you know what? I want to see my legacy, or some people did not grow up with a sense of security, family, and they feel a yearning in themselves to give to someone else. I feel as though I can be a better parent, or I will be a better parent than mine was, and I have a lot of love to give. So that would be. It's also selfish. So when you tell people this, most people can no, it's not selfish. It's going to happen either way. I understand that. Yeah, you bring two healthy human beings together, and it will eventually happen. But you would have to. Why do y'all not think it's selfish?
You've heard my spiel. I'll just say it, but I'm gonna let Dill talk. My whole thing was we're on this earth to procreate, so I don't think it could possibly be a selfish thing if that's literally how our body works. That was my whole argument, but I'm gonna let Dill rebut what you said.
I'm curious about this because you're saying it's selfish,
Okay.
but you're looking at it all from like a perspective of what it could do for you, and not necessarily what you're providing to the kid. So like if when a kid's
Yeah.
born,
Oh no. Okay. All right. So wait. You're telling me that you somehow have some control after 13 years, and you think you can do something for this child, but 13 years come and they get their heart broken, and now they're just, I hate the world. Why did you have me? Matter of fact, I'm asking you this as a man who is not where he wants to be at the age you are. I didn't ask to be here. I'm not saying you have that mentality. I'm not saying that's what's going on in your life, but you're like, if I never asked to be here. I never asked to be here. And however they did what they did, it was not to benefit me, because you know, my favorite rapper said Tupac said, at the end of the day, somebody got to explain why I'm broke. Somebody got to explain why I ain't got no money.
Mm.
And the first person you want to look at is your parents, because they didn't prepare you for life. You got to get through high school. What did you know what to do? What did you know? Did you know what to do after high school, or were you able to do anything out of high school? You didn't know anything. Nobody said, you know, the hardest thing you're going to do is live life.
that's like such a like pessimistic approach to life, though. You're saying like all these negative things of what you go through and heartbreak,
You know after living of 30, I'm pretty sure you're 30. You've lived 30 years, and you should understand by now that absolutely everything in or outside of your power is working against you. There's nothing working for you.
But don't you
Give me
feel
an
a
example
sense
of something that's working for you.
But do you not feel a sense of fulfillment when you overcome
Okay.
that? Are you like you're saying like all this different
You
struggle and
do,
whatnot?
but listen to what you just said. You said I as in me, selfish. You're thinking of yourself. See,
I said to you.
I feel a sense of I feel yes, me myself. I feel a sense of fulfillment when I'm able to provide for the thing that I created. You. You know, everything you're saying is, you know, you. And I'm just trying to get you to look at it in a different perspective. You know, I understand you have more to offer the world, or you have a mindset to where as though you understand that, you know, procreation, it's going to happen. But at the end of the day, look at yourself, and, you know, whether you're in a good place or a bad place, you just have to, you know, sit up there and be like, well, damn, I never asked to be here. Damn, life is fucked up. Damn, I wish my mother would have told me this. Damn, I wish my father would have said that to me. Damn, I wish my mother would have gave me this. Damn, I wish my father. You know, it's just once you see that, and then once you have the children, and then once you see the personalities, you realize you're doing it for your own self gratification.
So I got a question. I don't think I asked you.
Okay.
Christmas, but so when you have the child, what was the point? Because you were on our side of the argument, and me and Dill both don't have any kids, but you were on our side of the argument before. Mm-hmm. What was the moment that made you say, "Oh, yeah, this shit is selfish"?
The moment. That's a very good question. I won't say there was a specific moment.
Okay.
But I will say the amount of time, the amount of effort, the amount of like money that leaves from you and pours into something else, and the amount of recognition that you don't get,
mm-hmm.
you just start to realize that you were feeling, or you wanted something fulfilling for yourself, which you do get. But it's just like, well, I I can go to someone's house. For us, it's close family. We can go to the house, and I can allow my child to go play with their cousins, and only when there's a specific or large issue do I need to involve myself. Besides that, let the women deal with the children at the given time, and you can say I've done my job. Like, but that's how it is. You're like, damn, like I'm doing it. When I raised my niece and my nephew, and you have people asking you, well, they say things like, well, why are you doing this for them? And then you start to think, nobody never did this for me. As a uncle, which you are, I can say that no one has ever done it like you. To you. And I know I know a little, but I don't know a lot, especially as far as dealing with you. But like, all right, well, man, I don't ever recall my uncle coming to pick me up. I don't ever recall staying the night with my uncle. I don't never recall calling my uncle when he giving me this, that, and the third. Nobody can do it like you. And that's when you just, you just realize that it's for them, but it's mostly for you. Something. That's what I want to argue. You put yourself in a position to be like. Go ahead.
I'm confused on the point of view to just start and begin with. It sounds like you feel like as life, it's more of an overwhelming struggle, sadness, sorrow. Do you not feel like there's more of an overwhelming feeling of joy than there is pain that you feel? Because if you feel like 70% of shit is good, you should give a child the opportunity to be happy.
Listen. As a man, we're only as good as we are useful. Don't you ever forget that. If you're not producing, if you're not useful, you're no good. Nobody ever told you that. Let me rephrase that. Nobody may have never told you that. But think about it. If you're not producing, if you're not helpful, if you're not useful, they don't care about you.
I feel like for me to agree with your point of view, I would have to be like unhappy that I was alive.
That's not true. That's not true.
If I was to look at it like my parents are selfish to have kids.
Suicide's never.
Well, not necessarily suicide, but like for your point of view, it makes it sound like if my parents were selfish to have me because they afforded me this opportunity for sorrow, pain, what's it called? Then I would have been better off just not being born. And I don't necessarily look at life like that.
Okay, so let me ask you. So let me ask you this: what have you accomplished in life?
What do you mean by
not for gratification for your parents? I mean, at the end of the day, are you doing what makes you happy? Or are you just surviving, which men naturally have a knack to do? Men naturally have a knack to be able to survive, right? Am I right or am I wrong? I mean, after survival, there comes, you provide, you excel, you start to enjoy life, but at the at a basic instinct, we're just trying to survive. But I'm not saying that it's.
I mean, I see what Aaron's saying. Still not on the side of selfish, but I can see the point of view. I mean, we could take it back to the base point of it. Why do people have kids? And you can answer that question with simply.
Yeah. Okay. So let's look at it in a sense of.
Or I want my name to keep going. When people ask me, it's a part of. I want one. Selfish. I want one. I want my last name to keep going. Selfish. And I mean, flat out, that's the two main things. and I feel like I would be a great parent as well. And that's three selfish things, but I feel like
How do you know you'll be a good
I
parent?
feel like it's too
Define what would be a
easy.
good parent.
Not easy, but that's just how I feel. But I can't really elaborate on that. Just I think my personality with a child is just I'm naturally you could just gravitate towards me and you would enjoy being parented by me. That's just in my brain. Hopefully it goes that way. But
Yeah, I can say you're also my uncle, so it's no question there. I'm not necessarily saying it's a problem, but I'm saying from a struggle mindset, which we all have, because we are not at the age of 18 able to do what we want to do. We do what we have to do. You know, we weren't, we didn't have someone holding our hand or able to give us, I mean, as far as me, my father passed away when I was 7 years old. So everything I've done or I've learned was just by me. And, nobody, even if you, for the most part, sometimes when you have a parent in your life, let me ask y'all a question. Have y'all parents ever said when you was 15, 14, 15, 16, 17, the hardest thing you're going to do is live life?
I mean,
the hardest thing you'll ever do is be able to live life.
I haven't heard that till the debate came.
Yeah, I've never got that one.
You can see, you can see, I guess when you get older, if you're woke enough, you can see the struggles of your parents. But no one ever, from the time you're at the beginning of high school, say it's going to be hard out here. People want, nobody talks about working for minimum wage, not being able to get out. Nobody talks about, a skill set or things like it's just not, so.
I can see your point of view of saying, like,
think about when
survival is natural instinct, and I could see how that, like, yeah, that makes sense. All of our first instinct is survival, but like it doesn't necessarily have to be only survival. Like, you still can live and have fun, and if you're having a day-to-day
listen,
life, why wouldn't you want to afford that
there's
opportunity?
There's always a determining factor for me. I don't know about for y'all, but there's one determining factor in my life that will change your perception of life. And that is, of course, my wife. Before meeting or dealing with a woman like that, the mindset was completely different. And you just have such a hardcore survival mindset until you can see that the grass is greener on the other side, or that you don't have to be so animalistic as far as survival or struggle. When you meet someone who can truly make you look at things differently and has the ability to change your mind, or able to make you be like, all right, well, maybe I'm crazy, or maybe maybe it's too much, and or make it seem like it's much simpler than how you know how when you argue, like, it's not that simple. If there's a determining factor, then that's always a very good thing. And for me, it was my wife. So, but yeah, she just didn't grow up the same way I did. Just the way she perceives life is completely different. Even if I truly believe that even if she did grow up like me, the way she perceives life is just completely different. But that's just what it is. But I you have to explain to me, outside of a natural ability to procreate, why you would want to have why you would want to have children.
And that's
because
the hardest
when you speak, it will be. Yeah, that's hard. Like, and I can't wait. There's a lot of things I can't wait for, but I can't wait for y'all to be
So,
like, yo.
do you have a reason? Because my
Like,
argument was natural. It's natural. It happens. Do you have an argument other than it's natural that doesn't pertain to yourself?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
I genuinely enjoy life. I think it's fun. I think everything's dope. And I think like if I can reproduce and a kid can also have this opportunity to enjoy life, have fun, have great experiences. Yeah, there's a shit ton of sorrow. There's a shit ton of pain that you go through. But I think overwhelmingly there's less sorrow and pain and more enjoyment. And like, so yeah, if you can give somebody a life and they can really have that experience, fuck yeah, that's not selfish.
But I guess I think the
might, if anything, it's like I'm gonna make life tougher on me to have a kid. It's more selfish.
That's what I said as well. I feel like we bring more pressure to ourselves. But back to the main question.
Oh, you will.
Why do you want to have kids?
I just told you I love life.
Who loves life?
I like life.
And you
I'm
want
assuming
you.
Yeah, I'm assuming though. Like I'm assuming I'm gonna give you the same opportunity. I understand what you're saying though, but that's your thought
listen, I want you to really understand something. Listen, yeah, I understand that. I want you to really understand something. There will be a time within the 6 months of the child being born that you will truly understand that people will be people, and there is not two people emotionally and mentally the same. Like you can start seeing it personality wise early on from children, for even like dealing with your girlfriend or wife. You're like, all right, well, they're different, but I still love this person because of this, that, and the third. I will learn to work with it. But there's nobody that thinks like you. So your mindset and your perception, I can almost guarantee, will not be the same for the child that you're bringing in this world.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, that's a fair argument. I'm big on the nature versus nurture debate. No,
Yeah,
I mean,
so
that's fair.
I'm not saying that it will be a bad thing because, you know, with family and or a community, the child will blossom. You know, whether you can't be too sheltered. You got to expose them to different people, different atmospheres, things like that, and they will definitely blossom as long as they, it's just so funny, because when they talk of John and they talk of AJ, they just think they're the coolest people in the world, and I'm just like, y'all don't want to listen to me. It's funny to me. It's just funny to me that they will not. They in front of my eyes, they won't listen to me. But of course, core values will always reign supreme. So even though when you're young, you're going, there's so many influences in you. The older you get, the more you start acting like your mother, or the more you start acting like your father. It's like core values will always stick. But now they just like Uncle John, Uncle AJ. I'm just like, yeah, I'm glad, and whatever they say is gold. So I'll take it. I'm not a no, but Daddy says it's best because it always takes a village. But
it is a mad interesting like
it's a good experience for you.
It's an interesting thought process because hypothetically I could have a kid that's very sad, get depressed, anything that could, and at that point, then I guess it would have been selfish for me to produce if they come in and aren't happy with life and aren't prepared for the struggles and what's it called.
But that's what I'm arguing with you. I'm arguing with you that it doesn't matter. It does not matter at what level, whether they're on a high level or a low level. There's going to come a point in time where it's just like for them, and it feels like something that you can't help or do for them, and they may feel as though like, well, why? What's the purpose of life? And that's why you have to, you got to explain purpose in life. You got to find something that you got to explain to the children that you got to find something that makes you happy.
But do you think that's the majority?
Of course, that's always. No,
I would
that's
say
another topic for another conversation.
Oh,
Too much.
Because that, like, if you think that's the
Yeah,
majority, that's a fair argument.
but I feel as though there's so much influence, or there's so many other aspects, or government or whoever trying to influence your children not to stick to or be with or deal with a a your inner circle, or your values. Everybody's just everybody's afraid to raise their children the way they see fit. They would raise their children the way the the government see fit.
That's just to
Yeah.
raise your child. And I see exactly what you're saying. I felt like you
Mhm.
almost got me, but I'm still on the side of,
Mhm.
I think the fact that it's natural, and I pulled up the definition of selfish.
Mhm.
So the definition of selfish is
Yeah,
lack of
plenty of that.
consideration for others, concerned with one's own personal profit or pleasure. Does do you consider the child when you're having them? I would say probably 7 times out of 10, people aren't considering what the child about to go through. Is it for pleasure? I would probably say 9 times out of 10, you getting a pleasure out of having a child. So I could see the argument for it being
Yeah.
selfish.
Mhm.
I just
Mhm.
feel the
Mhm.
natural part of it
Right.
is like, it's just like we're literally here to do that. So I don't think it's selfish
Yeah.
because that's why we're here. But I see why you can have that stance in the argument.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not. Deep inside, I, I'm still of the mindset that it's going to happen. There's no way you can bring two healthy people together. But like I said, you're dealing with other forces now. And they want everybody to, they want men to be feminine. They don't want you procreate. Outside of that, you bring a healthy male and a female together, and it's bound to happen. So, with that being said, evolution wise, yes,
You could look
it's
at it
going to
multiple
happen.
ways.
But
I mean, you could look at it multiple ways because I
yeah,
understand your
but
perspective now. What you're saying is basically we have kids pretty much in the aspect of what I'm going to be. I'm going to be a good father. I'm going to be able to provide this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. And then if you look at it from the perspective of John saying human nature, I mean, we're at low birth rates now and low kid rates now to where we can't replace the workforce coming into when the boomers retire. And the general, it's like we're at the lowest workforce coming
but
into the next
you
20 years.
seen, yeah, yeah.
So both
Yeah, you
aspects
seen what
could be
happened in
selfish
China. It
depending
was
on the
like,
way
oh,
you look
well, you
at it.
can only have one children. Yeah, right. You seen what happened in China. It was like, oh, well, one child. You can only have one child. We would prefer it to be a male, but
Well,
that was going on in China,
we're in
from
the
the early
exact
'90s,
opposite.
and then
We're in the exact opposite of that as China with America. We're reproducing at such a low rate now, we can't repopulate the workforce as these people are retiring. So technically,
yeah.
as
So
Americans, we
now
need to
older people,
reproduce
yeah.
more.
Social Security is no good. Yeah, you better save your coins or something like that.
But
Yeah,
no,
there's no guarantee.
that's
Yeah,
a mad interesting thought process. I've never heard anybody make that argument before.
yeah.
Yeah, man. Aaron, man, a
Yeah,
pleasure.
but nah.
Do you have any? We did it earlier in the pod. Just end of the year. Do you have a off the top? I don't want to take too much of your time. I know you got two little young boys at the crib. You got to
Okay.
take care of. Do you have a top 5 albums of the year?
Right off the top,
Tough question.
you could have given the top
of
album.
this year.
Yeah, this year. It could be. It could however
Hold
many.
on. Let me. So what happens if I? What happens if I leave the stream? Does it block me off, or does it
No,
stay
no,
on?
no. You can
If I
swipe
can
up.
look at my iTunes.
Yeah, you
Do your
good.
thing, man.
Okay, so hold on.
Real quick,
All
I'll
right,
give
so
you.
hold on.
I said Kendrick. Uh,
Kendrick.
I
Yep.
said
I
Kendrick.
like that Meek from
Okay.
off the Death
That
Piff.
was 5.
All right. P Easy had a few nice songs. Everybody. If you switched in, ain't no locking up. He had another song called iPhone X, which is pretty good. Everybody like. I've always liked Moneybag.
Okay.
But I don't know if it was the album. You know, he had a few good songs.
We could have did
But
something.
if you really ask me, none of my old artists are current artists, so I have to.
Definitely a tough one. Put you on the spot there.
Yeah, you put him on with the top 5. That's a lot.
So you saying Kendrick flat out album of the year though? If you had to choose, we might
He
have
gone.
lost. We might have lost him.
He gone.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hello, can you hear me?
There we
Yeah.
go.
All right, where did I leave off at?
Flat out album of the year. Who was it?
Kendrick.
Okay, that
I
was.
had to say Kendrick.
I'm not sure if you are familiar with Vince Staples.
Yes.
That was Dill's pick. Ramona Park.
Okay.
Great album. It was gonna be 3 on my list.
Okay. So old school, what are y'all listening to? No, let me rephrase this. I'm turning 40 in March. So early 2000s to 2008. What was y'all listening to? Or what would be hot?
I mean, I feel like in that era, off top, I could go Get Rich.
Gotta be 50.
Get Rich, Blueprint, and for me, this is mine. Blueprint, Get Rich, and Thug Motivation 101. Hands
Ooh,
down.
boy, come on now. Come on now, Jeezy. Now, come on, boy.
Come on, man.
So basically, I was basically deep into what you were saying, but for the most part, it was Jeezy because back then I was, doing a bunch of ringtones for Nextel. So that's how that's how I actually started, talking to Sansa Ray because she ended up having the Nextel, was coming up to my house to get ringtones.
Right.
And by then all the people that was coming through wanted the trap music. But I know y'all was a little bit younger, but 96 to maybe 2000. So for me, it was Master P.
There you go. How you feel about Master P and Lil Romeo?
Well, you got to understand, all publicity, publicity, whether bad or good, gets you publicity. Okay. So I don't know what's actually going on, but you got to understand something. They both made valid points because we all deal with childhood traumas.
To bring it back, is Master P being selfish for having Romeo do what he did for him and not breaking him off at his age now? Do you feel like he prepared him for the situation?
That's hard. That's hard. See, me, I guess I'm just different.
Because he's telling them to get his shit together. You 30, blah blah blah.
The interesting perspective was Master P's basically saying, "You saw me do it, and I didn't. I shouldn't necessarily have to tell you. You've been around me, watching me. You should have learned." Yeah, and that's kind of his perspective.
Yeah, I understand. It's always a hard knock life. Me, I'm more or less willing to lay down myself for the next generation. So when we're talking about making sure my children and my nieces and nephews are good over me, that's just me. Some people have a mindset to where as though they came from nothing, and if they have an opportunity to exploit someone, they will use it. But at the end of the day, it's still coming back to you.
Right.
I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on this, but let's say if Master P rolls over tomorrow, do you think his affairs are not in order enough to distribute his money? Because his daughter ends up, I think she ends up committing suicide.
Yep.
Yeah. So is the money in the empire not being passed down to Romeo? Like same thing with like Donald Trump. Like you may not understand what I'm doing now, but if I go, I'm setting you up for the alley. Like you got to understand. Like But we just want you, as a parent, you just naturally want them to come into their own. But some people just like, oh, you got to get it from the mud. And sometimes it's not necessary. Sometimes it's sometimes you don't have to. Me, I don't have to yell at the children,
right,
to get them to understand me.
right.
I just have to look at them. Some children require to get on them, and the more you stay on them, it becomes appreciative the older they get in life. It's a balancing act, and that's just that's some of the reasons I'm saying dealing with children is just it's hard. It's good. It's good for you. It's good for them. As a man, you have to stay in their life.
Right.
So if there's anything I'll argue first is I will always argue be one, black first, and then I will argue a man, because I know no matter whether you're white or black that there's so much against you. Everything's working against you.
All right, man. Appreciate having you on, man. Glad you
no problem.
picked up. We do a little segment at the end. I don't know if you have one, but we close it out with random thoughts. You got anything random on your mind to close out the show?
Yeah, actually I do. So what y'all should start doing is stop spending money, start saving money.
Okay.
There will be a recession coming, as you can see. Tesla was down significantly. It came back up a little bit. Stocks are down, coins are down. Stop being consumers. How about that? Let's all stop consuming and let's start building, because my money looks just as good in my pocket as it does in someone else's.
Nice.
Yeah, fair point.
My random thought of the week is East Bay is going down. East Bay is closing for business.
No. When last time you got a magazine? Are you still getting a magazine?
I'm not getting. I probably haven't gotten an East Bay magazine in about 15 years. Me and AJ used to sit at the crib, Kyle as well. We would go through every page, circle what we got on the page, knowing damn well we ain't never getting this shit. But that's mine. This is mine. We would literally take a pen, go through the East Bay as soon as it came through the mail. This mine you pick. That's yours. Okay. This mine they pick. It was good times.
All right, Dylan. So when last time you ordered from me at East Bay?
It's been a while, man. East Bay. It's been a while. It's been a while.
So, all right. I enjoyed talking to y'all, man.
Yeah, it was a good time, man. Next time, we'll shoot you a time. You can get all set up, and we won't hit you with the spur of the moment, John.
No problem, man. Y'all take it easy.
All right, buddy.
All right, y'all.
Nice guy.
Yeah.
Very interesting perspective on that.
No doubt.
Random thought to kind of piggyback what he says, but opposite. Recession is coming. Talent shortage / employment shortage is on a down tier. So basically, less jobs are going to be available, and there's a computer chip surplus. So we've already kind of transitioned into what he was saying, to where there's less consumers for electronics in cars now, and because cars were so inflated on their interest rates and what their worth was, there's a big projection that they're not only going to have a surplus of new cars, but used cars. So if you're in the market for a car, you're thinking about it, in about 4 to 5 months, there's going to be a surplus of really nice cars, barely driven, for the low.
A lot of gems on this episode. Closed the year with a bang. Little controversial topic at the end. How could you be mad, man? We've been delivering.
That's a very interesting topic. I'd love to have him back on when Jake comes on again. So we could talk that out, because that was interesting.
For sure.
All right, man. Views from a chair.
All right, till next time.